What is up, guys? For this video I've got some very exciting news for you, and that news is we're getting back to working on the Dakota, and in the next video we will be pulling the engine out and getting started on the new exhaust system and getting the turbo remounted and doing all the stuff that I've been wanting to do for quite a while to this thing. So the Dakota is back. The Subaru is gone. That car was a turd. Maybe I'll insert a picture of the giant rust hole I found behind the windshield here. But yeah, that car is long gone. I parted it out and scrapped it. It's no longer my problem or anybody else's problem for that matter. I also got rid of the free car that I got. I never showed you guys that. You guys never really saw anything of it, and it's probably a good thing. It wasn't a very exciting car, but it was a free car, so I took it. Never got the title for it, so I just dropped it back off at the people's house I got it from. And that car is also no longer my problem. And now the Dakota is back in the garage where it belongs, and I can start working on it and making some progress on it. I haven't done anything to the Dakota really since putting the roller rocker arms in it. So it's been a while since I worked on it because it was nice and warm outside when I did that. So yeah, the Dakota is back. We're going to be pulling the engine today probably and just kind of getting started on everything. I know I've gone over the plan for the exhaust system a couple of times with you guys, so just I'll go over it real quick just so that you guys have this done, and then in the exhaust video when I start working on it I don't have to explain everything quite as much. But basically the turbo is going to be sitting about here. I'm going to have a different exhaust manifold here, kind of a driver's side manifold actually facing forward. I'm going to keep this manifold here so the exhaust from both sides kind of wraps up and meets here. I have a new turbo here. The wastegate is going to be mounted here and kind of recirculate back into the dump pipe, so because I don't like how it sounds. And the turbo will be able to pull in fresh air from the front of the truck instead of pointing towards the wastegate and pulling in hot air. So it's going to be much better. It's also going to be much less restrictive. It'll flow a lot nicer, and I'll be able to run a full exhaust all the way back here to where the old bed dump used to be. So the truck will make more power, be more efficient, it'll be safer, it'll sound better, it'll be more pleasant to drive, it'll just be overall better, and it'll look better under the hood too, I think, with the turbo kind of mounted and all the piping running to it and everything. So yeah, that'll be the next video. I talked about the Subaru and the other car already. Those two, like I said, are gone. Here's the pile of parts for the Dakota. Got some 2.5-inch exhaust pipe in the big box down there, some 2-inch pipe for like the actual like pre-turbo manifold, some dash 10 AM line. I got a bunch of small stuff here, like some exhaust flanges, and I got the air filter from the PT Cruiser because I'm going to be running that on the Dakota because I'll finally be able to run an air filter again. Got a Y pipe in there. This has an AN fitting for the turbo, a 90 degree. There's the exhaust manifold I'm going to be using, the gasket for it. Just a bunch of small stuff. Basically everything. I got this. I'm going to be using that for something later. Let's see what else is in here. See how far we can dig. This has some wastegate flanges and stuff in it so I can get the wastegate mounted. I have a mechanical boost controller, so that'll be nice to have. And then I don't remember what's in that one. Let's see. There's some turbo oil gaskets, turbo flange, some vacuum line, some AN fittings. There's some more vacuum quarter-inch vacuum hose in there. Yeah, that's pretty much what we got in here, mostly just exhaust parts and some AN fittings and stuff. So this stuff put back in here before I step on it all. So yeah, that is going to be going down today. I'm going to release this video ahead of time, so hopefully I can have this exhaust video, or not the exhaust video, but at least just the video pulling the engine out and getting everything kind of situated, done, and ready to go before the end of next week. This video I'll probably have this weekend, which will be nice. Also, little update on the 300. This thing's just been kind of sitting in the background. I'm waiting to get some practice in doing body work before I do anything to the 300, in case any of you guys have been wondering. I figured since this is kind of an update video, I'll just talk about that for a little bit. So car needs a little bit of cosmetic rust repair on the side here. Most of the rust repair it needs is just structural stuff underneath, stuff that you won't necessarily see at any point. Doesn't need to be perfect or anything as far as like looks cosmetically, but some of this stuff here needs to be done, and I want to practice body work on probably the Dakota here before I go and try on something like this, because the Dakota, if it doesn't look perfect, I don't really care, because I've been driving it around looking like this and I think it looks cool this way. But I want to try maybe doing the rocker panels and the cab corners on this truck, and maybe putting some new fenders on and stuff, and just kind of get my feet kind of wet as far as body work and see how it comes out. And if it comes out good, then I'll know I'm ready to work on this thing. And if it doesn't come out good, then I can try again on the Dakota, or get another car that needs some rust repair work, or maybe have somebody come over and help me. We'll see. I'm just not ready to go and start doing that type of stuff until, you know, I've had some practice. And everything else that this car needs, I'm ready to do as far as experience goes. I can do all the engine work, all the suspension work, and all that stuff, and I can fabricate stuff, and I can fix the rust in the floors and on the subframe and all that. But it's just the body work end of things that I am not quite prepared for yet. So it's just gonna sit and wait. I think I'm gonna put the carburetor that was on the Monte Carlo on this. It's definitely not a big enough carburetor for this 440, but this carburetor that's on here makes this thing run like complete shit, and I know that it's loading a lot of carbon buildup into those combustion chambers, and these old 440s are known for warping heads because of that. So I need to get a carburetor that runs at least good at idle and cruising, so that I can get this thing moved around in the garage a little bit if I need to. And it would be good to heat cycle the thing from time to time and get some heat into it and make it kind of happy. So I need to get that carburetor on there. I'm probably going to need to get an adapter plate on eBay or something to bolt it on, but this thing's got a mechanical fuel pump, and it's just all vacuum controlled stuff, so it shouldn't be too hard to get that Edelbrock carburetor on here and get this thing at least running pretty decent. So yeah, next video will be getting the engine pulled out of this thing. I'm kind of curious to see how quickly I can get it done. So be looking forward to that. I just wanted to give you guys a little update video on, you know, what I'm going to be working on, where all the cars have ended up. I also bought a new car. It's like a new car, not brand new, but it's a new car to me. Give you guys a little sneak peek of it. As you can see, it has snowed, and where is it? Right there. So went and bought that the other weekend. Once the weather clears up, I will do a proper video on that thing, but right now there's so much snow on the ground I can't even really drive the thing, and it's covered in snow and dirt because I had to drive it the other day to go get a VIN inspection done on it because I bought it from Michigan. But yeah, be looking forward to a little kind of a reveal video for that car. I'll talk more about it but that's just a little sneak preview of that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to end the video here. Like I said, be keeping an eye out for the videos coming up on the Dakota. We're going to finally be doing some exhaust stuff and a few other things once that is done, and hopefully this spring getting it back up and getting a new tune put on it and getting some fresh and updated dyno numbers on it. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later.